Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
So whole last episode, I was like super thirsty and I had no water.
Oh.
And so like every time Godo does fake drinking noises, I'm like, God, I'm doing all these fake drinking noises, but I can't drink
You almost
anything.
taste the liquid on your lips.
And then I decided to do a strong bed voice and I'm like, let's stop here for now.
Well,
anyway.
Strong bed's primed and ready to go.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rondelites will verify that he's the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my strong madness.
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
Is something the matter, Mr. Godo?
It's Mr. Stopdo now.
Nothing.
Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at...
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godo, what are you... Very well then, look at me. I'll allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer.
So please, give us one last bit of testimony. I'm totally innocent. That's what an innocent person looks like.
Phoenix, this is it. This is what an innocent person looks like. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief.
The last testimony.
Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lawley Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Savari! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. It's like well constructed, like APA formatted.
The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me, and I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright, so you'd better save.
Yes, Your Honor, I will go ahead and do that.
1 second. Just gotta go over here and...
Do not turn off the power.
There we go.
Power's still on.
We cannot postpone Luke Atney's trial any longer. This is your last chance.
Hang on a sec. Just one chance?
It seems that the party's about to begin.
I've only got one bit of health left anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose.
Good
everything.
Day, sir.
That's all there is to it. I'll take your gobstopper away.
And
then I eat it.
Cup number 17, the last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. How weird. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination with weird rules.
This is wacky.
This is wacky. I love wacky.
And it was true that he's not at Lord Lee Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, but the funny thing is, we didn't learn this until earlier in this trial, because they made a big fuss about how he never told them that. So how does he know anything about this outfit? Huh. That might be, but what's the other option? In the blackmail letter, victim likely mistook the color of the jewel. Sorry, that's it. So I'm pretty sure that's where it is.
What's the one before this?
Would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Although did we... Wait, where's the thing about the buzzer?
It just said that there were no fingerprints and the buzzer record.
That we went off one. But did we... Let me think. Because we presented this in court today, that it went off, but I think it's the costume though, because...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, wait.
This is something he would not have known unless he would, because he was at the other trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Edme, about this last remark.
Objection!
Shut...
You still don't get it, do you, trite?
You could let me finish and maybe...
This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
I didn't. I specifically chose this one. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
Shit. What?
Mr. Edme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
It's very easily. I just did. Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Edme?
What did you use? Your tongue? Your mouth?
Yeah, all of it, really. And like
wow.
The throat and the larynx kind of comes into play somehow. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. Is that correct?
Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Oh, fucking donked on. Damn.
I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean?
Break that nose in half.
For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. Just like SungWon this past episode.
Oh. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as mask-to-mask when he went to the scene of the crime?
That was,
It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Sorry.
That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way that you should have known about that.
Well, they were streaming this trial and the other trials.
Yeah, they were streaming it on Twitch. Everybody knows about it.
That's not a good contradiction.
You were in the... Oh, wait, really? Shit, that was like all he had. You were in the next courtroom being tried as mask-to-mask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Well...
Objection! Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
Objection! And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out.
Only one?
One way, you say?
Please remember, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Ah!
It was like square and pixely.
For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection! But Mr. Delight never saw him. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
Objection! It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to follow that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight.
Impossible. That's scary. It's like a creepypasta.
And who's that Pokemon?
It's Luke Atme.
Detective Atme, you're a Pokemon? You saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard, made him real sad, and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing.
Oh, shit.
Now there's that volcano. I hate this volcano. You okay?
Take a good look, everyone.
Okay.
Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself.
Who said that?
Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. Boring.
Yeah, this is some boring shit, come on. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time.
I don't get it. What's so funny? Tell us.
What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask to Mask in order to escape his true crime.
And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi, even though it kinda doesn't really apply to this. I don't know.
At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth.
Excuse me.
I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of murderer.
Don't ignore me!
Oh, I didn't realize you were there.
Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask to Mask.
Huh?
Said I really am Master Mask. Even dragged it out, like, whatever. So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it,
I've been careless.
Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Master Mask is really innocent? For now. It would seem so. For now?
Now then, this court finds the defendant
Extra guilty.
not guilty. Alright, let's have some fondue.
It's all cold now.
It's very cold.
And it's got those nose particles all in it.
God, it's disgusting.
Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, that isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Mask to Mask.
Shut up.
And when I think...
Hey, shut
I just
up.
get a little hard on when I think about stealing shit. It just makes me so excited. You did it, Nick.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously.
Okay.
I mean, you just said, oh, question mark, so it's not like... But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of lost these days.
You mean about becoming the master of the Kurine channeling school?
No, she just gets lost a lot, like at the mall.
Like
and
Zoro from One Piece.
Yeah. Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother.
You mean Misty Faye?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course.
Well then, see you around.
Mia.
Mr. Wright, I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. Delight.
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Come on, just be happy already.
Maya.
You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as mask to boot.
That's an incredible situation for you.
Yeah, it's actually pretty bullshit. But in exchange, I lost everything, just like Voldemort said I would. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming mask to mask. I did it all for one reason, for her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
No, I mean, yeah. She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security, I lost all the money I had.
Said that wrong.
Whatever.
I don't
Who
care.
gives a shit? This case is almost over at this point. She wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became mask to mask?
Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick?
Right.
Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kinda wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Oh, the sacred urn.
Oh yeah, it's just like a metaphor, I guess.
Yeah, here's a metaphor.
Fine. Cool. The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this.
Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Oh.
There you are.
We said at the same time.
Oh, that means we're destined to be in love. Ms. Delight. Or you. You did it, Ronnie.
Maya.
You're innocent. I'm so happy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you?
Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really mask to mask either.
Ms. Delight, what are you going to do now that you know?
Oh, fucking divorce him.
Okay, that sounds pretty reasonable. You're not really going to leave him, are you?
Should have done it years ago. Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. You can take it.
I see.
My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous.
Chivalrous?
I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement and chills.
Desi. Oh. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Desiree, Nicky boy,
Yes?
I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
What did we do? All right. Take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy.
Okay. I can feel my face going red.
Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations!
Talk about bad timing.
Have a mega punch. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife, in front of Mr. Maya!
No, you've got it all
I'll
wrong.
never forgive you, never, ever! But you, boom, 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 boom! Quadruple punch.
So, just as the case came to a close, so too did my life. And that is the end.
There will be a new protagonist in the next
Right.
case.
Ron said, "A broken bowl can never be put back together." But I know that's not true, because I had an urn that got put back together, and it's like a metaphor.
It's family!
Sisters. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. And now it's got pink shit on it. It is jizz, but
I mean, it's just
it's aesthetically
dusty old piece
pleasing.
of shit anyway.
As long as you don't think about it.
It's fine.
Stolen Turnabout. The end.
Turnabout. What?
Turnabout. pizza.
Recipe for turnabout.
Recipe
I'm hungry
for
for some
pizza.
turnabout. You know, I could go for some turnabout right now.
Yeah. Need some turnabout in my life.
Get some delivery.
That was the stolen turnabout. It turned out that Luke at me was a fucker.
Turned out that Luke at me was a real fucker.
There's that go
There he is right back there. He's pretending he's got nothing to do with it, but he's a big old nosy liar.
Yeah. Sticking his nose in.
And this guy was here. I don't know if he'll show up
whatever
again.
His name was. He's probably. I think he died.
I think he died in that case.
Yeah. So next time
it's got time to cook. See what they've got cooked up for our recipe for turnabout.
I hope it tastes good.
I would taste like cold fondue.
I hope it tastes. Wow, my favorite thing. Cold fondue. Go out and get some cold fondue.